All right. Can you guys hear me? All right. So we're back on the show, people. We're back on the show. And horrible day overall on the market today. Man, it was horrible today out here. It was straight massacre. I mean, it was just horrible. Horrible. And the most disappointing stock today by far had to be GALE. The most disappointing stock today had to be GALE. It just had to be. Because you're trading under a dollar. Trading under what? 50 cents, right? Yeah, under 50 cents. You put out an awesome earnings report. Awesome earnings report. Right? After a huge disappointing during clinical trials, where your stock literally loses 70% of the volume, and GALE completely disappoints. It completely disappoints today. I mean, not only did GALE disappoint, it started the morning down. If I'm correct, GALE, yeah, touched. Did it touch 40 today? No, it practically opened at 44. Yeah, low of 42. So it touched 42 and it just couldn't gain any traction. GALE could not gain any traction. I don't know what it was. I just don't know what to say when it comes to GALE. Disappointing play in RNVA, but RNVA, we kind of talked about how that was going to be, horrible. We kind of talked about how, RNVA was going to be horrible. Did we know it was going to be that bad? I didn't think so. We knew that, the last 2 days in RNVA had been very, very good. So I expected some profit taking. But man, I did not expect what happened in RNVA today, or what happened in GALE today, or what happened in PTX today. I mean, every stock that we were so excited about yesterday just did not perform today. Just did not perform. Now PTX, PTX is due. Did PTX earnings come out? I think it's tomorrow, right? Oh no, it was. Let me see here. It's tomorrow. So PTX earnings is tomorrow. Um, yeah, tomorrow after hours is PTX. So will PTX save the week? I don't know. It was down today horribly. So PTX has got some people already, chiming at the bit, ready to sell. Very disappointing day. Joel Flores, APS. Yeah, APS tanked a little bit. APS did tank a little bit. I'm not. I wouldn't sell just yet, just because it was a pretty weak. It was a pretty weak, decline. So I would want to see what apps does the next couple days. Overall, it was a weak decline for apps. It was a weak decline. So we had some, some stocks that just let us down today. We had some stocks that just let us down today. Um, that stock that I pumped last month ran really well today. Now let's see if it holds the gains. Let's see if it holds the gains. That's the most disappointing thing about that stock. Let's see if it holds the gains. I know earnings are around the corner. Let's see if it holds it. Let's see if it holds it. 330, you're on the air.
Yes, Sal. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, Sincere, what's going on with you, man?
Good, good. I'm doing good. I wanted to ask you about a couple of stocks, man.
Okay.
CHK. I know that it's a natural gas play, but they had some news today, and they went up after hours
Okay.
like 5%. And I did not. I don't know if it's going to have more legs tomorrow to go up another 5%, or I want to get your expert opinion on that.
Okay.
And the other one is Sprint. Like, it ain't got nowhere to go now, like, but up or down, because I'm looking at the chart, and I'm like, man, is it gonna pull back for me, or do I buy it on a breakout when it goes to the top, when it breaks all new highs, or so Sprint is kind of like right there, like this is the day that I thought it was gonna actually pull back, but it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you about GALE, I was looking at GALE this morning. I was like, man, they pulling back. What the hell going on with GALE? So if you could just touch down on a little bit of that for me, Sal, I would really appreciate it, man.
All right, appreciate it, Sincere. I'll definitely do that. Thanks for the call, bro.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Yeah, CHK. It's so crazy because I was just reading that before the show, and CHK basically came out and said that there's a shell in Texas, basically that they have a large stake in, and they're getting out of it. They're getting out of it. They decided that they've got some other debt they want to clear off, and they're deciding to get out of it. So they're paying a small fee, which is in this article says $340 million, and this is going to help clear them or get rid of nearly $2 billion of financial commitments it had to companies in Texas and in other areas that were involved in this, shale oil project in Texas. So that is huge, huge news. Um, so obviously that little fine that it's got to pay is a little bit of a dent, but the stock has responded just incredibly. I mean, look at all these after hours orders that have been put in for the stock. I mean, that is just great news. The stock is up almost 5% after hours. So great news for CHK. And by the way, this is a good stock just to kind of play daily. I know some people who play this just per day because it's by the way, it's one of the biggest, highest volume stocks traded on all three markets, period. I mean, through all three venues, CHK. So it's a heavily traded stock, very, very liquid, a lot of funds in and out, private investors in and out. So for news like this, the stock is really, really going to jump tomorrow morning. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen in CHK. This is really good news. It's really interesting that it's going to that it came after hours. I thought this was something the stock could use today, being how it performed today. I mean, it wasn't a bad day; it just didn't do anything today. CHK. So I thought this was a stock that could have used the news today, but for whatever reason it came out after hours. So tomorrow morning is going to be a really, really great day for CHK. And going back again, while I was saying that there are people who play this daily, CHK, although it's a higher tier stock. It's very, again, it's New York Stock Exchange, got billions of dollars in capital. It's very, I mean, it runs, like today, 477 to 493. So if you know how to play the chart, you can make a lot of money in this stock per day, just, playing the chart. It's definitely someone who's really good at reading charts. If you're that talented, you can just play CHK all day. Again, I've been in chat rooms where people say, hey, man, that's all I do, because that stock is just so liquid and it's just so bouncy. So when he talks about Sprint, what's going on, Lennox, Mag, Joel, everybody, Jai Warrior? When he talks about Sprint is one of those plays that right now is trending. It's trending, and I wouldn't be afraid of it right now, man. Let me put the bands on here. It's been a couple of days since I put the Bollinger bands on here. And one moment here. Give me just a second, guys. Study template, insert indicator. Where are my Bollinger Bands? All right, so it's tightening up now. It's tightening up really nicely now. So I wouldn't be afraid of Sprint right now. It's tightening up, which is a really good sign, man. This is actually not something to be afraid of. Um, it's really hugging that six, that 620 to 615 level. So it's really trying to fight and see where it wants to go. There's some hesitation in the buyers. There's some hesitation in the sellers because nobody wants to lose out on any future gains. So right now it's a fight, man. It's a fight between buyers and sellers. And while that happened, the stock is consolidating. So the winner is either going to be a breakout or it's going to break down. So you know how that's going to come about or which way it's going to go, I can't tell you. But um, I think we can just rest assured that the stock is very promising. We've got some really good things coming down the pipeline for a lot of these mobile phone carriers, being that we've got the fall season coming up, kids going back to school, a lot of new promotions that are going to be out there. So I wouldn't hesitate too strongly on Sprint. If anything, if you're not in the stock and it breaks down, that's going to be a buying opportunity for you. If you're already in the stock and you're in fear, that's actually going to be again another buying opportunity for you. And this is a stock that I think long term down the road we shouldn't fear too much of. Because it's never going back to the fours. It's never probably going back to the fives. I can't say never, but just from what we've seen so far, the news that they're pulling out right now, uh, I just wouldn't bet against Sprint right now. It wouldn't be a time to bet against it. So we'll see what happens after this consolidation makes up its mind. We'll definitely see what happens. Yeah, yeah. When it comes to apps, man, I didn't think it'd be down that hard this morning when it came to apps. Uh, we had a lot of people chicken out. We had a lot of people email me. They chickened out. I don't know why. Again, that's again when you trade on fear like that, you're trading on fear. You're always going to lose money. I have no idea. I got these emails. Hey man, apps, man, come on, man. I'm down in apps. And then sure enough, after lunch, fuck, dude, I can't believe I sold, man. Fuck. I could have sold at a higher price. Fuck. Chill the fuck out, man. Relax. Take a deep breath. When bad news comes out, the stock goes down. But guess what? Tomorrow's another day. Next week is another week. New things come out. New traders. New momentum. Chill the hell out. Chill the hell out. So overall, it was down 2% today. I'm not sweating it. I'm not sweating it. So got back up to 109. We'll see what happens in the following days and weeks ahead. But apps overall very promising still. It's just got to deliver. And at the end of the day, most of us are in at a really good price. You're not too far off. Just relax and let it come back to you and pass you on the way up. So we'll see. We'll see. What's going on, Bruce? Jaw Warrior, Deathlock. What's going on, everybody? Spartan Financial, SMP 00. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. So, overall, though, I mean, very, very disappointing day. You know, as I said earlier, very, very disappointing day. Um, I was really hoping that GALE would deliver. I was really hoping that GALE was going to deliver. And it just didn't. It just didn't. And, Were there not enough buyers? Were there not enough sellers? Who knows? But it just didn't deliver today. So very disappointing day for GALE. I think there are a lot of people in the stock who are just like, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? You know? But tomorrow is another big day, guys. And I'm here to give you hope. I'm here to give you hope. I'm here to give you hope. And I want to drop that news on you guys right now with this new news that most of you have probably seen, but some of you probably haven't. Eric, it's so crazy that Eric just brought that up. Eric brought it up because tomorrow is going to be possibly a very big day for MJNA. You guys know I've been singing MJNA. I've been singing MJNA since we were at 0.04. We took a slight dip, but I'm telling you guys, if you guys had $100, put it on MJNA. Let me put this in the chat room for you guys. Tomorrow is the big day, guys. Tomorrow is the big day. I'm going to put this in the chat room. The DEA tomorrow is supposed to make the announcement on marijuana. If you don't already know, basically this could change everything. This could really determine, as this, as the article says, the future of the United States marijuana industry. Okay, this is going to change everything. I'm practically everything that is said in the article. It can change everything, guys. We're going to see millionaires be made possibly tomorrow based on this news. We've got a lot of marijuana stocks out there. Obviously, I honestly have said that I think the best of them is MJNA. And you want to talk about legitimacy? Tomorrow, if the DEA comes out and says that marijuana is no longer going to be a Schedule 1 drug, you can't bring more legitimacy to that stock than that announcement. I can honestly see 100, 200, 300% on that stock. Right now, it's only at 5 cents. It's at 5 cents right now. It's at 5 cents. So I'm really excited. I am really, really excited about MJNA tomorrow. I'm really excited about TRTC. That's another great weed stock. More expensive, but I think TRTC has got a lower. It's got a lower float, if I'm correct. TRTC's got a lower float, and God, I would have loved to have been in there at 15 cents. I would have loved to have been in there at 15 cents. Oh well. It's at 40 cents now. But MJNA, you got an opportunity, man. You got an opportunity. Eric, you said, "Am I in heavy?" No, sir. No, sir. I'm only in at $500. I got a lot of shares for $500 at 4 cents a share, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. And after losing $400 today on GALE, I want to win right now. I want to win right now. So I'm hoping that the DEA releases, that information that we're looking for, which is a yes, that, medical marijuana, shouldn't be a Schedule 1 drug. And that medical marijuana has no, because you got to understand, Schedule 1 basically means that it's on the same level as crack cocaine. Marijuana is on the same level as crack cocaine. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, rescheduling medical marijuana could change everything, man. It could mean that nationwide marijuana becomes literally something that is able to be prescribed, like the article says, like Vicodin, like Adderall. I mean, just imagine the potential profits that companies like MJNA, TRTC, and these other marijuana plays could have. What's going on, Miss Turner? Mark? Lennox John? So, check out the article. If you haven't updated yourself on the possibilities, definitely check out the article. Um, Lennox John, you talked about GALE trend down on the level 2. Yeah, I saw it hit the wall, and I got faked out. I actually got too excited on GALE because if you remember, Lennox, it opened up down, right? It opened up down and tried, it failed, got to support, and it hit 42, and then 42 went 43, 44, and it got back to 45. It got back to 45 at like 10 o'clock. It got back to 45 at like 10, if I remember correctly. Let me see here. Yes, at 10 o'clock we were back on GALE. Why the hell is it showing me fucking GALE in India, dude? Oh, because I spelled it wrong. Okay. GALE. Okay, so at 10 o'clock we got back up there, and it just faked me out, man. It faked me out, and we just hit a wall at like 46. It just hit a wall. If you look at the 1-day chart on GALE, it just hit a wall. Boom. And it came right back down. I got the fuck out of there. I'm like, fuck. I was so pissed off, man. Because I jumped on it. Because I'm thinking this, okay, shit, it's about to run. And then we just hit a brick wall. So we'll see tomorrow, but tomorrow it's all about the marijuana plays tomorrow. But I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching because, we have had recently some stocks run a couple days after earnings. We have had some stocks run a couple days after earnings. So I'm going to keep watching GALE. GALE's still on breakout watch. Still on breakout watch. Definitely, definitely. Still on breakout watch when we talk about GALE. There's another little stock I want you guys to watch, APRI. That, APRI, decent volume for the price. APRI is really getting some talk here on some message boards. Don't buy into it. I'm not saying don't buy into. I'm not saying buy into it. Just watch and see what happens there. It has a history of running, and it runs pretty well. So you can go and look on the chart and see what it did at the beginning of this month, what it did a couple days ago. So it has a history. It definitely has a history, or crap, what it did today. It actually ran up today a little bit, came back down, but it has a breakout history. So just keep in mind what could happen there on APRI. I think there's a couple cents you can sneak out of that. So today, man, by like 3 o'clock, my day was over. By like 3 o'clock, my day was over. I was just like, what the hell is going on, man? Yes, Eric, PTX is still on watch because PTX earnings is tomorrow. PTX earnings is tomorrow. So, yes, sir, PTX is still on watch. Disappointing day. Disappointing day on PTX, man. You know, again, the stock is not holding these gains, man. I don't know what's the deal. Is PTX, and you know it, it's just disappointing when you have a stock that runs up and then just doesn't hold gains. Because that basically means that there are people in they're momentum traders. And I understand nobody wants to be a bag holder, but that's what that fear is when you look at the 3-day chart of PTX right now. You just have that little cup going on there, that upside down cup, almost like a damn rainbow, and you could have easily seen the double top in there that was created by 11 o'clock. So by 11 o'clock there was a double top, and you knew that was you had to get the hell up out of there. And that's basically what was responsible for the losses today on basically no news. I mean, it was no news. I don't know, basically that was the reason why it dropped 11% today, because it really shouldn't have dropped that bad. But it created a double top by about 11 o'clock that you could have compared to the day before. And then that was your sell signal. And then everybody got the hell up out of there. What's going on, stocks and heels? CBMX. 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 Yeah, I don't know anything about this company. Nice little trend. Last couple of days is kind of, I don't know if this is a secondary trend. It's kind of build here. It's in a funnel though. It's in a funnel between 395 and 340. So create a funnel for yourself. Google it if you don't know how to do it. Go on your chart, create a funnel. And right now it's toward the lower end of the funnel as it tries to go back up towards the top at that 390 level. If it breaks 375, I would try to jump up to it and see if it's trying to attempt 390 again. But obviously, it tried 390 and it failed. And it tried it a couple times. If you can look at the chart, it's tried it a couple times there on August 5th. August 5th was basically 385 and it failed that. On August 5th, broke out to almost as high as 420, couldn't hold it, came back down, tried 390 today at the open, failed that. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's kind of one of those plays. Don't know anything about the company, though. I'm just basically looking at the chart. FAC, yes, yes. FAC, man, it's so tight. FAC is such a tight stock, man, that any good move can really move that stock, Any good move can really, really move that stock, And yeah, I get it, stocks and heels. I got that alert too when they pushed back their earnings announcement. That kind of pissed me off. Uh, because I know the stock can run. And it's got a very low float. But FAC is one of those stocks that I think is going to deliver big news. I'm a little nervous because of the way they're pushing back earnings like this. I mean, earnings is simply a document. What's going on here? What are you guys trying to do? First it was August 4th, and then it was the 9th, and now it's the 15th. So this is actually the second time they've pushed it back. I understand that the 4th wasn't, set in stone. But then it was supposed to be yesterday, and then that came out. So now it's going to be August 15th. So now it's going to be August 15th. And they're basically conducting, they're saying they're still getting all the numbers together. Obviously, look, they've got 410 retail locations where they sell insurance to people with bad credit. They're basically located in the hoods and ghettos of America. So if you don't know anything about First Acceptance Credit, they're basically an insurance company that sells insurance to, if you're going to one of these like buy here, pay here lots, those guys can sell. Some of them have insurance licenses and they go through First Acceptance. They recently bought that other a third tier insurance company, Titan Insurance. If you go to those like dealerships where it's like an auction slash dealership kind of thing, where it's for the public. Many times that insurance you buy over there is from First Acceptance Credit. So um, I'm expecting good news out of them on the 15th now. So what the stock is going to do on the 15th now, I'm a little nervous. I'm still in it really cheap, but at the same time, I don't want it to go all the way back to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with that. ALQA is an earnings winner. Let me see. ALQA. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about them. I'm not really liking that volume though, man. I'm not a big fan of that volume. It's a little low for me. The volume today was only 36,000 shares. They actually no, I mean earnings came out yesterday, man. They met they met target, but yeah, the earnings already came out for ALQA. I'm seeing earnings already came out, so and the market wasn't impressed, down 4% today. Yeah, what's going on, Lawrence Kane, man? Yeah, we already talked about apps. It wasn't too bad, man. It wasn't too bad if you could stomach it. It was down early, but I mean, it came back up for a 2% loss. It's not. It wasn't. You know. And people snatched up those cheap shares, man. Those cheap shares got snatched up. So it's not the end of the world. If as long as people didn't cut and run like chickens, and that's what a lot of people do, they cut and run. Oh my God, it's 9:35. The stock is down 5%. Oh my God, I'm going to sell now and take a huge loss, even though I'm not smart enough to know there's still 7 hours in the day left. Oh my God. Come on, man. Relax, chill out. All right. So overall, though, man, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, ended up with a 2%. I mean, those were cheap shares, man, and people snatched up those cheap shares in apps. They snatched up those cheap shares in apps, and then down 2%. I ain't tripping. So we'll see what the future looks like for the stock. It's gonna go up and down again, but it's a good company, and it's gonna trend higher over time. So yeah, man, MJNA. I just got done talking about MJNA. I'm not going to rehash everything I talked about, but as you guys know, the DEA tomorrow is releasing its decision on whether or not to upgrade, or excuse me, downgrade marijuana from a Schedule One drug, so you cannot, um, you know, basically making it almost like a crime to have it, right? To Schedule Two or lower. So this can change everything. The decision is coming out tomorrow. Legalized marijuana right now is a $7 billion a year industry right now. So, you know, if regulations involving marijuana come down, and again, here's the article. You got to read the article to understand how big of an impact this possibly could be. And here it is. I'm going to put it in the chat room. MJNA, you're gonna need a Flores. You're gonna need a stock like, I mean, a broker like E-Trade or TD Ameritrade to buy MJNA. But big news, man. That's gonna be big news. So I'm gonna be watching that tomorrow. Um, the media is not really talking about it because they're not sure what's going to happen and they're not trying to hype anybody up. But it's coming out tomorrow. The long-awaited decision that could determine the future of U.S. marijuana industry is expected Thursday. So tomorrow is Thursday, and we'll see, man. We'll see that because this could really seriously, find ourselves in a situation where we might have legalized marijuana. And that's probably the only reason why I'm probably voting for Clinton is that, she's got marijuana money behind her. You know, most of the people in the cannabis industry are liberals. So, you know, that's probably my reason for voting, amongst other things. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna need E-Trade or one of these other brokers out here. Yeah. So yeah, by 3 o'clock my day was done, man. By 3 o'clock my day was done. There are a few stocks that I think are going to move next week based on what I saw them do today. Um, One of them is NVFY. Very light on volume, but some money came into the stock today, which was really interesting. NVFY. Again, just watch it. Just watch it. See what happens. They are a furniture company that's sold a lot in Walmart. They've got a Walmart deal and they've got some other things going on in the stock, and kind of went up there, came back down, found some support. Now it's on its way out and going back to its recent highs. So this is something just watch. We'll see. I mean, average volume is just about 74,000 shares, so not big volume yet, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a average size furniture company, a little bit over 700 employees. So we'll see what happens with the stock. It's definitely been a lot higher, but it's trying to break out of some recent lows. What else did I found that I thought was interesting? BDR. BDR was a stock that, let me see here. BDR is a stock that blotter tongue that's been on the biggest gainer list early last week. It ran up pretty nicely. Again, low volume, not crazy volume, not crazy volume. Just watch it and see. It's one of those cheap little penny plays out there that's floating out there. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that. But they had really unusual volume today, and I was very suspicious of that. APRI is one of those too. APRI, for those of you guys who know, this ran big time early this month. APRI going from 31 cents to 40 cents in a day. So that was on the biggest gainer list last week at the beginning of the month. So just looking at some bottom of the barrel stocks right now that have just really been moving quietly, that's slowly gaining volume. But you got to keep watching GALE. You got to keep watching PTX. PTX tomorrow. Zero is showing apps after hours showing down 17%, down 19 cents. Let me see, man. How many orders though, bro? Oh, come on, man. On one order, dude. That's on one order. That's no, man. Come on, man. You got to read that. Do the research. That's on one order. That's somebody who's got a short in it, and they did an after hours order because they know it affects Nasdaq.com. If you do that, it's on one order. Yeah, GALE was supposed to be a winner today. GALE was supposed to be a winner today. Gale was supposed to be on the winner today. Yeah, GPIW. I mean, GPIW is okay, man. I don't have any money in it, so it is what it is for GPIW. They paid me to send out that email, and that's my relationship with it. There was supposed to be some news coming out. It didn't come out. It was supposed to be yesterday, then it's supposed to be today, and I don't know what's going on with that news. So it's too low volume for me though. But PTX earnings is tomorrow. I'm not expecting it to do anything impressive. But PTX earnings is tomorrow, but I believe it's after hours. Again, the day was very ugly for PTX today. That was horrible what happened today. I mean, that was crazy. Yeah, that was horrible what happened today. Oh, Mr. Lloyd. Mr. Lloyd, what's going on with you?
Man, what a day, man. What a freaking day.
Yeah, it wasn't very very good day overall for us penny players.
No, and I was going to ask you that, man. It was down all around. It was
Yeah,
like yeah.
yeah,
So I didn't know what the heck was going on, but I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, we
yeah,
can't expect 80% gains every day. I mean, shit. If that
yeah,
was the case, you wouldn't be having no damn show. You'd be sitting on the
yeah.
beach
Right.
drinking it up.
Exactly. That's why you that's why today, I mean, if you go on the biggest gainers list for Nasdaq and Amex, all those companies are like, who the hell are these? I've never heard of these, companies at all. So, very
Right,
low volume stocks. So, I mean, basically all the high volume penny plays that we like to play were all down today. So,
right.
I mean, but it
Hey,
happens. It happens.
right. Hey, I got a question for you. So I'm in the last chapter of the study that I'm doing, and this guy is saying to have the six major indexes like the internet, the what do you call it, the fuel, the gold and stuff
Yeah.
like that, the major
Mhm.
indexes.
Mhm.
I'm trying to I'm trying to find the tickers for those so I can look at the charts, and I can't seem to find. I mean, he has six charts up that he said for me to have up at all times to kind of look at the overall for, like, for example, I, N, and V. So I look at the pharmaceutical, the the biomedical
Okay.
index
Uh
for
huh.
that particular. So I'm looking. Do you know anything about having to how to find the indexes as far as like the tickers?
I know. Well, I know E-Trade has listed ETFs depending on industry, but is there a website that offers list of ETFs that you can use to monitor? Let me see here. Da, 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 da.
Because what the guy well, basically what I'm learning is that if your ETF is up,
Mhm.
basically your pharmaceutical should coincide with the ETF.
Yeah,
So
that's true to a certain extent, but you have some companies that run, reverse to it. Sometimes it doesn't affect it at all. But yeah, in the chat room, and I'll email it to you, Floyd. I'll put it in the chat room for the people watching right now. But yes, Nasdaq.com has an ETF list and screener, so you can use
okay,
you can break down by sector and you'll be able to see all the ETFs within that sector, whether it be pharmaceuticals, whether it be consumer goods or consumer services, financial
right.
services. So all that breakdown you can list. Obviously, when it comes to ETFs, you want to stick to the ones that are like iShares or kind of like SPY or you know what I mean, one of those uh, the bigger name exchange funds, and you're going to figure out who they are as you do research on these plays.
Well, and the thing of it is, do the ETF coincides with the OTC plays at all?
I haven't. I besides the commodities, I haven't noticed that. For example, a pharmaceutical ETF. is not going to coincide with what's going on with APRI. You know what I'm saying? Which is a penny play right now. It just doesn't. And that's why I'm a little hesitant to use a penny play that's not commodity based and compare it to an ETF. I think
Okay.
commodity based ETFs do work and coincide with commodity based penny plays, that are like, hey, this is the, GLD, which is the big ETF for gold, is going to work best
Right.
with, BAA, which is Banro, the gold company that trades at like 40 cents or
Right.
something. So when that
Right.
ETF is up, yes, Banro is up too, but if they don't really have anything tying each other together in terms of commodity or underlying asset of value, then it's not going to work.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, and what I'm learning, it does. Basically he might be using bigger exchanges like the
yeah,
the NYSE and
yeah,
stuff like that. But I want to compare with the OTCs and see if the ETFs have any effect on
yeah,
some of the stock plays that I take. So just trial and error.
yeah, yeah.
So
I'll definitely send you the screener and just let me know. Maybe
oh
things
no
have
no
changed.
yeah, and I can go to Nasdaq if it's
Yeah.
on there. I just didn't
Okay.
know where to find it because he was showing a bar graph, and I'm thinking, okay, well, where can I see the bar graph for these commodities at?
Uh huh.
And I tried to pull it up on Thinkorswim, and I couldn't find it. So I figured I'll ask you tonight to see if you
Yeah.
knew where I can find these bar graphs for these commodities.
Hmm.
But there is some I want to talk. So the ARTH. None of my stocks really did well, but they didn't have any significant losses. Looks like they were up at the beginning of the day. I gotta go. I'm on my way home now to look at the charts.
Okay.
But let me tell you, I want to talk about INNV, man.
Yeah.
It hurt. It hurt my heart. It hurt my heart because I knew this is like the fourth or fifth time I've seen the same exact play over and over again.
Mm.
Yes, I was concerned last night that it was going to be a huge fall
Yeah.
and down to the 20s because they had a $4 million loss, but they had profit. So
Yeah.
so it went down to 35 cents. And last week I had my order in for 35 cents. It didn't fill.
Hmm.
So I canceled the order and it went back up and stayed around. The earnings was going to come out again, and I thought it was just going to jump from there. Of course, it went down to 35.6 cents again,
Yeah.
and it closed out with 44 cents.
Yeah.
I could have made a quick pop.
Yeah. You could have, and you see how investors snatched up those cheap shares, right? That was great.
And it's like the and you guys, new guys out there, I'm still a sucker for it too. When you start reading these boards, and it scares you because you really don't know. I didn't know anything about the SEC filings. I didn't know anything. I mean, I'm pretty like illiterate when it comes to the SEC filings. I don't know. So I depend on the boards to help me to kind of gauge on what's going on, and those guys tell you everything underneath the moon to get your blood pressure up to get ready to hit that sell button. And I
Right.
almost did it this morning. I didn't sell. I did not sell, but I should have bought more shares because I've seen this repeated pattern before to go down to 35 and it went back up to 46 cents. I was so pissed.
Yeah.
That was $500 I could have had in my pocket today, and it's just constant lessons learned from the same stupid things I'm running through each day. But you guys that are in these stocks, man, sit in them for a while, learn how they go. You'll see a repeated pattern. And I've seen this 4 or 5 times where it'll drop down to people buy the dips and sell it at the highs.
Mm-hmm.
I've been holding on for some reason. I don't know why,
Right.
but next time it dips down again, I think I will buy and sell. But I just had to call and make that confession today in the confession booth, Father Sal.
Not a problem, man. not a problem, man. And again, I really hope it gets back up there, man, because I know. I mean, it can definitely run again. It can definitely run again. So we'll see over time what happens to the stock.
Right. And I'm on my way into the hotel right now. I'm turning on the laptop and see what's going on with everybody. But yeah, that's my big confession today that I lost $500. I'm down to $2,100 now from 28 yesterday. So I know it's gonna go back up again. It just is. Should I sell when it gets back to 61? I think I will, but I feel like this FDA approval is just gonna come at any day now, and I'm gonna be asked out of $10,000.
Right. Right.
So I don't know, man. It has its pros and its cons, and that's just something I just gotta sit with. As soon as I take my money out there it is. I could have had $18,000, and here it is. I'm complaining about $5,000 when I could have had $18,000, and I definitely would have been on the edge. All right, man. I'm on my way to the hotel, and I'll turn on my laptop, and I'll get in the group here.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, guys, that's Mr. Lloyd. I mean, he's on vacation, so he can't really trade the way he wants to trade right now. That's the situation. And, he's on vacation, so he's not watching the trades right now as much as he probably would want to. He's not watching the trades as much as he would want to. So, I think he's learning from himself. He's learning from himself. He's just kind of teaching himself. He's teaching himself. Stocks and heels. You brought up ULTR. ULTR is a stock that's ran up too, man. That's got a lot of running history. You saw what it did a couple days ago, last week, especially ULTR. I mean, it went from 32 cents to 45 cents. So ULTR at these prices, I would definitely snatch some up and just wait on it, because when ULTR delivers news, it really runs, man. It really, really does run. And if you look at the ULTR chart, just look out at a not a 2-month chart, but a 1 month. Just look at a 1 month chart. You'll just see a bunch of spikes up there. So that's one of those stocks where you can get in. If you get in at a bottom, you can almost be assured that within a week or two, you're going to be spiking. It just only depends on how high that spike is going to be. Treasure Hunter, what's good with you, man?
Not much, man. Hey, man. Sorry about our boy Lloyd, man. Big loss.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got something going on here. I mean, he's definitely got something going on here. Obviously, when you look at the trend right now, it's kind of doing its thing, but we'll see. We'll see what happens as the days and weeks come across.
Yeah, true that. Because I know right now I'm sitting on some losing trades, and then like I said before, my losing trades, I usually have some underdogs to save my ass.
Okay, right.
Yeah, like PTX, man. Fuck PTX,
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that shit pissed me off. So what I did, I sold Intel.
Okay.
Like a couple of days ago. Mm-hmm. So the profit, like I said, I bought that bitch at $34.71, and sold him at like 35 something, and then I was waiting for my profits coming from that, so I could buy Twitter. Like I said, Twitter blowed up, and then another underdog play is BABA. You know what I'm saying? This shit's skyrocketing through the roof. You know what I'm saying? So my money ain't right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I got money tied up in, Robinhood that, you know what I'm saying, they got to clear and all this and that, and I sold some trades from E-Trade, so I got, money is out there, but, what pissed me off about it is everybody, the bank, the bank do their people, it's not like I went in there with a lot of cash and they got to go through it and check it out, or I write a check. Man, this shit's taking so long. I'm losing money right now,
Right. No, I feel you, man.
Yeah. So what do you think about BA, and Twitter? And if you notice, what was that Facebook? I know stocks was up and down, but like last week, what the hell I'm talking about? Yesterday episode, like the Facebook. Remember I said that you said looks good.
Yeah.
Facebook went down today, so if I want to make a lot of money today, Facebook went down today.
Yeah. And
if I wanted to invest in Twitter, I would have got like I would put like $2,000, a couple of grand in Twitter.
Right.
So let's see, I would have got locked in at 1868. The highest went 1938. 70 cents right there off the back. Then it closed at 1904.
Hmm.
But you know me, I would have dropped a shitload of money in it and dipped out at the highest, and wham bam, see you ma'am, left to the bank, But yeah, just like yesterday about the Facebook. Remember we said the expensive shares, like if it goes down, you're gonna be hurt a lot more.
Right.
Yeah, but just right there, man. I mean, shit. Whoever thought Facebook would drop about $1.
Yeah, yeah. Facebook was down to 31 cents today. I mean, when when it's a $124 stock, 31 cents ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's 0.24% down today. I would really consider that a sideways day because these are stocks that go up $2-3 in a day. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't even sweat. I wouldn't even consider it a down day, honestly, on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Whenever my shit get cleared up, Twitter
Mm.
and BABA.
Yeah, BABA is good. Alibaba is obviously they're the biggest online provider, retailer, basically in China. They don't really much have, besides if you're into like that, buying this, products to sell in a store or something like that. Retail wise, Americans don't use the site, but I know they provide a lot of material to people who sell on eBay and sell on, you know, in gift shops and in all those other things. So, it's a strong business, man. The stock looks really nice and it's running these last couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens with that.
Talk about my losing trades. I'm still in those guys,
Mm,
but I didn't sell them yet because I'm still having hope that it might do something.
yeah.
Uh, Top ships in the KGJI and PTX.
Okay.
And yeah, those are the three losing ones. Top ship seemed like it was gonna do something,
I don't know what
but
happened. I mean, what happened to that today? Top ships. That
you
was
telling
crazy,
me?
man.
Damn, man, I got locked in that bitch at 797.
Shit.
Well, yeah, believe me, cousin, I know.
Man, you
Uh,
might want to get the hell up out of there, man. Fuck that
hey,
shit.
hey, I know. I'm thinking about it, maybe next year.
Yeah,
Hang tight, maybe next year.
man, you're in at $7. Get the hell up out of that, man. That's
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So
yeah.
man, I got my share of losing ones, trying to make up with the winning ones. And but
So
then the KGJI, that bitch went
KG.
up a little bit. I think the last couple, 2 days ago,
Yeah, yeah. That's
two
the
ten.
the Chinese company that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that the KGJI.
JI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
that
Chinese
might.
company that it's got a lot of hidden wealth inside. We'll see.
That's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
that's like my long term play right there.
Hmm.
And you said PTX. That is earnings come out tonight or
Yeah,
tomorrow?
yeah, yeah. Earnings come out tomorrow night on PTX. I don't believe it's tomorrow. Some people have said it's during the day. I don't believe it's during the day.
Yeah.
Let me see, stockearning.com. I don't think. Let me see. They should have.
And I can't believe like you said, you gotta have a quick trigger finger on that one.
Yeah, it's tomorrow
And you
after
saw,
after hours. It's after hours. So it's gonna be ready to go Friday morning.
all right. I mean, you
So
saw that one, because it went up, then it dropped. I'm like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
depressing.
So I mean, we'll see, man, because I mean PTX is one of those stocks that it needs. I mean, I loved what happened to it earlier this week, or earlier last week, and that huge run from 56 to 80, 86.
Yeah, dollar
That
three.
that that wasn't crazy. That was crazy, man.
Mhm.
But it's got to be able to maintain these gains, and that right now it hasn't been doing it.
Yeah, like I said, got a hold.
Right, right.
Damn.
So,
Shoot. Well, all right, man. My head's off to you, man.
all right. Thanks a lot, man.
Yep. Anytime.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's long time listener, long time caller. Give it up to Treasure Hunter. What else you guys are looking into? VJet. Yeah, yeah. Alibaba is a huge wholesaler. I mean, they do a lot of wholesaling, especially to a lot of countries like in Africa, Asia. When you're talking about getting products to some of these places that a lot of retailers don't have businesses, they, trust Alibaba. You know, People order on huge shipments from Alibaba, and Alibaba gets a small cut. Even if a lot of these people who go to these, you know how they have them, like they'll have them at like your local stadium, where you'll have these like huge discount sales, and there are a whole bunch of people out there with tables selling all kinds of stuff. A lot of those people get their stuff from Alibaba, you know. So Alibaba's definitely got a good business going for itself. VJet, VJet, NYSE 461. I don't know anything about VJet. What do you like about it? What do you like about it? Looks like your buy signal was 466, and it broke out, and then it came back down. It didn't hold it. But if you went for a swing trade when it was breaking out that 465, 466, you could have ran with that there. When you're trading these things, make sure that you open up your chart nice and wide, because you may not even notice that your stock is at a pivotal breakout level. Make sure you are able to see a couple weeks of lines in the chart. Okay, that's what's up, Mark. Mark, who was the webinar by? Who was the webinar by? Those guys over at Warrior Trading got exposed. Those guys over at Warrior Trading got exposed. I guess they over there running some kind of scam over there. They running some kind of scam over there. I didn't even notice that they had written a review, and the review ain't even new, but it was trending heavy on a lot of little forums that I like to check out, and they got exposed. Read this review, man. It's an older review, but they kind of got exposed, man. They over there running fake profits and all that stuff, man. Those recap videos, I took a look at them. They look kind of fake too, man. Because you got to understand, there's software where you can go in. It basically records the whole trading day, and you can go back with your simulator and put in simulated orders. And at the end of the simulation, you can print out or even produce data showing that you're up, based on fake orders. Yeah, let me tell you guys something. The most legitimate way somebody is teaching you, somebody you're getting money, you're paying your money to, right? Your hard-earned money. You got to ask them. They should be on that Profitly stuff that Tim Sykes has, man. They should be on that Profitly stuff. If you're gonna pay somebody money, literally put money in their hand to say, hey, teach me how to trade, that person should be verifying their trades, man. Showing you they know what they're talking about. Real talk. That free level 2. Sign up. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely get that free level 2, man. Platform connection, use stock trades. Some tickers don't show up upon the bid and ask. What tickers don't show up, Lennox? Thank you, Stocks and Heels. Yeah, man, I'm not going to change. I'm just myself. I love to trade, and, I'll never be a teacher or anything like that. I don't got time for that because I'm over here trying to make my own money, but, I got no reason to change. Trader view on his last bit of trades. Heck yeah, Mark, let me tell you something, bro. Most of these guys that are out here selling these trainings, most of them are fake, bro. most of them are fake. They're using all kind of simulators and stuff. One guy that I wanted to verify was Madass. You guys might know him. His name is Madass. Never shows his face or anything. But this guy, like at the end of every trading day, this guy is posting gains of like 17,000, 13,000, like a day. Something like that. He has crazy days like that. And I'm just like, I'll look at the market and I'm like, dude, these are not even. I know pros who have down days. This guy's never had a down day. What's going on? But of course, I sent him a little link. I was like, hey man, you should be on Profitly, man, because if I just take the last 2 weeks of those gains you posted, you're doing better than Tim Grattani and Paul Superman and all those guys. You should be meeting with them. No response. Send him another one. Hey man, no response. So I'm like, okay, this guy's just he probably just fronting. Foos, you said Foos is on Profitly? Okay, I didn't know that. I thought he doesn't mess with Tim Sykes anymore because remember, well, you probably I don't know if you have been following them, but Tim Sykes takes like 35% of their sales, and he wasn't fucking with that. What's going on, Penny Hat? Yeah, I appreciate that short in AVP. I appreciate that short in AVP. Yeah, I don't hold shorts overnight, but that was a nice little gain there. That was a nice little gain there. We'll see if it really cracks, though. We'll see if it really cracks. Uh, I mean, I know Avon. Avon isn't exactly the prettiest company in the world, but it held its gains there at 505. That's where it looks like the support is, and you know, I'm looking just try and see if it can retest that 505. So I wouldn't mind those 11 cents to the downside, but it's got to get there, and we'll see. But it got low today and made a little bit and got out and still ended up the stock still ended up a penny higher today at close. SSPXF. SXPXF. Yeah, that's really light. Stan Springs Resources. XMF. Yeah, my old pump moved nicely today. My old pump, SZSMF. Hopefully that's waking up. We've got earnings next week on that one. So that was up 7% today. So that was like one of the few stocks that was up in my portfolio. Which one is that? The trading tickers, Hernandez? Yeah, that's the trading tickers. Robinhood is cool, man. I like Robinhood. We beat that topic to death, though. American invested in a Canadian company called GMV Minerals. Never heard of them. Nope. GMV Minerals, never heard of them. Use stock trade. Is there a way you'll be able to keep up with all your trades for tax season? I do believe use stock trade will give you a 1099. Use stock trade will give you a 1099. They did get your social security number. So Barry, you said how deep am I in IMUC? I picked up $1,000 worth. I'm willing to risk that. I picked up $1,000 worth. And again, I'm just going to sit on it. It's nothing like I'm not expecting that to happen. It could be down tomorrow to to 9 cents. So I don't know, but I have a feeling that's the bottom based on what it did today. I think 13 cents at the bottom when it comes to IMUC. So we'll see. Can you download without a VPN? Yeah, I download without a VPN all the time. Well, look, Keon, when you're talking about downloading on Pirate Bay, when it comes to downloading movies and CDs, that stuff, that go ahead and put a VPN on when you're downloading. But when you're talking about downloading trading tickers, stock market books, ain't nobody gonna come after you for that shit. RNVA, yeah, man. You guys were cheerleading RNVA. What happened to it, man? You guys got to explain it. You guys were cheering it up in here like it was going to be the new 200% gainer. What happened? What happened to it? Y'all was so RNVA out yesterday in here. I'm thinking RNVA is going to break out to some new level. I check out RNVA today and it's like, what the hell is it doing? I was like, what the hell? And that wasn't even the worst of it. Look at what it did at noon. Look at what it did at noon. It just collapsed. Came back up and didn't even hold 34. Couldn't even hold 34 and came back down. So we'll see. Hopefully this is simply just a secondary trend. Obviously, the primary trend is still up. All right. So if we look at the primary trend on a 1 month chart, it's still going up in the right direction. So let's hope that it bounces off this 32 and we go back up to retest 37. But that was a scary, it's been a scary 2 days in RNVA. Like honestly, it's been a pretty scary 2 days. You know, you had that sideways action yesterday. Had a few gains. I mean, it popped up there a couple times. It popped up there, got people really excited. But today was a letdown. You can't admit that. You got to admit that. What's going on, Tracy Grant? Yeah, King Musa, what's good? LK Rock. I don't know why I didn't see King Musa in there. JMB, what's going on? What's going on, Tehran? Yeah, Tehran, it got down heavy today on apps, but I knew, I was like, okay, now it's getting a little bit ridiculous. That that earnings report was not that bad. Give me a break. And sure enough, by 10:30, 11:30, we were on our way back up, and small 2% gain. It's not nothing to scare anybody out. Said GGB is going good for you. That's good. Yeah, that's the one that Jay was talking about, right? At 275. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, it's been a little sideways action, but overall pretty good. You don't think it's kind of slow though? I mean, I like slow stocks, but damn, GGB is just, oh shit. I mean that MDGL, MDGL 737. What's nothing really exciting to see here, man. At 10, what's going on with the volume today? Yeah, what's going on with that volume though, bro? When it has late, really, really weak volume like that, I prefer it to be a really cheap stock. When it's got 10,000 shares in volume, I mean, you got to understand that's buys and sells. That's not enough. And at the price that it's trading at, no thanks. We talked about Gale and how disappointing it was, man. Gale today was horrible, man. That was horrible. I don't know what that was. You had a stock that had every reason to run. Every reason to run today. But as I said earlier, um, you can never put it behind these stocks to possibly run tomorrow. Interesting stocks for tomorrow. PTX is tomorrow. PTX is earnings tomorrow after hours, so I want to see whether or not the momentum players come back into the stock tomorrow to ride through earnings, or if they hold back tomorrow again and the stock is down again and they wait for earnings to come out after hours to run on Friday. So I'm going to be interested in seeing that. The DEA is releasing supposedly the report again, which is going to announce whether or not marijuana is going to continue to be a Schedule 1 drug. All right? This is going to impact everything tomorrow if the DEA comes out and says marijuana is no longer a Schedule 1 drug. That changes everything. That changes the way, um, if you get pulled over by the police, if you got some weed on you, it changes the way doctors can prescribe the medication. Now they're no longer in fear, of what could happen in terms of their licensing and stuff like that. Insurance companies are going to be looking at marijuana now as a serious drug to possibly insure. I mean, you're going to be able to get medical marijuana on your insurance. So that changes the game tomorrow if that news comes out. So that's why MJNA tomorrow is going to be on watch. MJNA, TRTC, uh, unfortunately, that other marijuana stock. What's that other one where the half the company went to jail? Uh, Gosh, what's that? What's the name of it again? Somebody in here knows it. That name of that, the one, yeah, hemp. There we go. Thank you, Bovash. Thank you, Bovash. Um, Hemp. Yeah. So we'll see, man. Shout out to Bovash for dropping that up. This is for you, buddy. Get the Funk Master Mech, Funk Master Flex drop. You get that drop. Yeah. So if somebody drops some deep info, you get that one. So shout out to Bovash. All right. So yeah, man. It's back now to looking at some penny plays, man. So we're gonna discuss that on Friday as well. But today I just been doing a lot of research on what could possibly run next week. What could possibly run next week? Because now a lot of the pennies we've been talking about are a little high now. They're a little bit on the high side. They're no longer the explosive, possibly huge runs, anymore, because they're now at those higher prices where they're declining back to what they used to be. Right? So we've got to bring on some new tickers to look at for the future. And based on what I saw today on the biggest gainers list, I talked about NVFW, the furniture company out of California that has operations in China, got a deal with Walmart. So they're at 67 cents. Volume still isn't there yet, but I would just watch NVFW. Just watch it. Um, Function X. What is this company? FNCX. FNCX. I got to learn a little bit more about that. Function X is software and programming technology. They were up 8% today on 3 cents. So what do they do? Function X. RNVA Tracy. I mean, after after what RNVA did today, Tracy, are you still a believer? I mean, are you still a believer after what the stock did today? You got to call up and justify why, because I want to hear it, man. I want to hear it because when I look at RNVA, I'm looking at a stock that a new trend is developing here, and it's going in the wrong direction. You know, 12 when you again, when a stock is down more than 10% in a day, and my years of training, and again, I'm no pro, I'm no master, that is typically a sign of a new trend. Okay? That the primary trend has now changed, and this could possibly be a new trend. So tomorrow is going to be very interesting for RNVA. Tracy, would you accept that if RNVA is down tomorrow, that you might have to find something else? If RNVA is down tomorrow, you might have to find something else. You might have to find something else. Yeah, today was just one of those days, man. Today was just one of those days. And again, you look at, you know, top gainers for Amex and the Nasdaq, and I don't recognize any of these companies. I don't recognize, you know. And again, you cannot track every penny stock out there. You just can't. There are tons of companies under $1. I know nothing about. Escalon Medical Corp, ESMC. What is that? ESMC. Escalon Medical Corp, 81 cents a share. Shot up 6 cents today. See, again, the stock I don't know anything about. You know, light volume, so it could be just one of those one and dones. Because that happens too. You'll just get a one and done, a stock that's just there because somebody came in big on one day for whatever reason, and you'll never see that stock be that green again. You'll never see that stock be that green again. Free level 2. I don't know if I said any free level 2. I know the free level, the Tim Sykes free level 2 DVD, how to trade level 2. Now there's a website. Again, just sign up for an account at TD if you want free level 2. But there's a website that gives supposedly free level 2. Gosh, what's that site called again? Level2stockquotes.com. Yeah, that's what it's called. But it's got so many damn ads, and I don't know. If you want to follow that
Slower
you
revenue
can.
growth for the company.
And I guess
Dive
it's
into my
still there.
Bloomberg.
Sorry about that. Still there. But yeah, level, and they actually spell it out. Level number 2 stockquotes.com. But again, just sign up with a free. Just go and get a free TD account, and you can sign up there and just use TD for your free level 2 quotes. You said you hope gold is down. Let's check silverprice.org. Man, bad news. Gold is actually up right now. Gold is up. Gold is actually up right now. 113.44 an ounce. 13.44 an ounce. So gold is still kind of up there. Gold is still up there. Looking for GVO to rebound. Man, after those earnings, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? We talked about GVO yesterday. We said it was going to crash today. We said it was going to crash today. We said yesterday that GVO had put out some of the worst earnings that we had seen recently out of a penny stock. Those were horrible. Those were horrible. We talked about that extensively yesterday, so it's no surprise today what GVO did. I feel sorry for anybody who didn't listen, and we said specifically, get the hell out of GVO. Get the hell out of GVO. We said it first thing in the morning. If you should have put that in, put an order in pre-market if you can. Get the hell up out of there. And it did exactly what we said it was going to do. Look at that huge gap down because everybody wanted to get the hell up out of there. And that's what was going to happen. What's going on, DeMarco? Yeah, BAA. I actually got out of BAA a long time ago. I got so frustrated with BAA. There's just too much float out there. That's for that stock. It's too much. It can never hold a damn good day to save its life. So BAA was just one of those, just like, get the fuck out of there. Made City Stars. I hope you didn't hold that, my friend, because GVO getting back to 70 something, that's going to take some time. That's going to take some time. So I hope you didn't hold that. You said it's killing the game. If you want Bitcoin, invest in JNUG. What's going on? What's JNUG? JNUG. What is that? Oh, man, come on. Yeah, I mean, it's up pretty big, but I mean, what do you want to buy? What, like 10 shares of that? Money is money, though. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. What's going on, James Bond? It's a gold inverse. Okay. Okay. ETRM. Barry, I actually do like ETRM. I do like ETRM too. I like ETRM. Let me see. ETRM. Yeah, ETRM is one of those bottom plays that I'm looking at right now. ETRM, IMUC. Those are two bottom play stocks that you can just sit on for a little bit and see what's happening. But the bands have widened really big on that, so you got a lot of sudden volume coming into ETRM, and it's practically at support. So it's one of those stocks that will probably start constricting and then bounce back up. So at 17 cents, if you can grab some, you know that's not a bad play there. Let me see here. What kind of gain is that, by the way? Let's just say you got in at 17 cents. Let me just see what got in at 17 cents. And we get out at 20. What is that? 17%? Okay. That's a nice little return. Probably would want to hold for a little longer. Let's say 17 to 25. 47%. Okay. That looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. 17 cents to 25 cents is 47% return. That's not a bad return on $1,000. That's not a bad return on $2,000. So, but how long will it take to get there? Well, based on these charts, it's never been this low before. We're actually at the 52-week low. So, you know, technically, this is actually probably the best place to be. Um, and hoping that it stays at 17. So, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Yeah, yeah. I watched Prism today too, and but I really want to know though. Did you get out of hold on, jeez, hold on. Prism, yeah, Prism didn't do anything today. The volume was a little too light too. I expected a lot more volume, but everybody was watching GALE today. That's where everybody was. Everybody was in GALE. Yeah, yeah, it was just one day. GPIW was just one day for me. They just paid me to send out the email. I wasn't in it. I told people last week that I wasn't in it. I didn't have no shares in it. That hey, I got this pump that I'm going to be sending out email for. I'm not in it. I'm not going to be trading it. So I don't know anything about it, bro. Yeah, I typically don't like stocks that they're being pumped from no volume. It's being pumped from no volume. I'm not a big fan of that. But did you get out of Givo though? That's what I want to know, James Bond. If you got out of Givo, if you were in Givo to begin with, possibly, possibly Lennox Johns. Have you try it?
What's
Treasure
going
Hunter,
on,
what's
Michelle?
good, man?
Not much, bro. Hey, hey, another thing I wanted to ask you about. Yesterday, I noticed Red Lobster, or was it this morning? Yesterday, this morning, Red Lobster stock like went through the roof, like with some big buyers, some big bars I seen.
Uh
I wanted to ask you what was going down, earnings or they had
huh.
a
What's the ticker
lobster
for?
sale?
Yeah, what's the ticker for Red Lobster?
Oh shoot, I don't even know. I had it down written down
Let
somewhere.
me let me just
Let's
type it in.
see down real
Sometimes
quick.
my thing
Yeah,
be
I
a
know another company bought them out or something.
uh,
Yeah, 'cause I was looking to
uh
the breakfast joints like IHOP and all that stuff, and I noticed Red Lobster was like to the roof. I think it
yeah.
was I think it was Red Lobster.
Well, I'm looking for it myself. Hold on. Red Lobster, unless they go under a holding company, but hold on. They might be one of those stocks that go under a holding company. Yeah, DRI. So Darden Restaurants. Yeah, they go under a holding company. So DRI. Um, DRI owns Red Lobster. No, I don't see anything impressive. Very expensive stock, but I don't
Was it
see.
yesterday, right? Yesterday.
Maybe it would have been yesterday, but I don't see anything. Could have been yesterday. I'm not really.
Or I think it was Red Lobster or what was it? One of those. Oh man, shoot. Let me see which one it was. I got to see which one it was, but I think maybe it was a real Outback Steakhouse or one of them like went to the roof.
Maybe, but companies like DRI, I've been doing a lot more research. Companies like DRI, a stock that I thought would do good, Ruby Tuesday, which is coming out with earnings tomorrow. Um, those companies are actually, going to be struggling for the near future. If you look at DRI in their chart, more expensive. It's actually a good short right now because a lot of restaurants, are in a lot of states where now they're talking about raising minimum wage and doing a lot of things like that.
Ooh.
So their costs are going up. So right now, you're seeing across the restaurant industry a lot of a lot of basically
Shares
reassessments. You know
can
what
go
I'm
down.
saying? Yeah, a lot of reassessments of value. So that's why if you look at the stock, it's actually going in the wrong direction. And look at Ruby Tuesdays for that matter too. That's kind of been the same way as well. So,
Huh.
but we'll see. I know earnings is tomorrow. Do RT to report earnings. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But for the most part, I would stay out of restaurants right now, just because
Yeah.
restaurants that have that kind of exposure. I mean, hundreds of restaurants. Thousands of employees. To that effect.
Yeah, because I was thinking about maybe like steak company, like so. I mean, I try to think like you said, the old tickers we did, pumped out AMD, Sprint. I even got Sprint. That even like a hell of a roller coaster ride, but I'm
Yeah.
holding in there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like some like people like use every day. Steak maybe or
Mm.
you know. You was right about the pigs. They will definitely eat everything up. That's why you stay away from pork.
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't eat pork, but I mean, and it has nothing to do with religious or anything. It's just they're dirty animals, man.
Yeah,
Pork. Yeah, they're
they
just
they
dirty animals.
they will only we race the mud trucks over there at Lake Okeechobee.
Mm.
Um, they got like wild boars, and they'll like not only eat the whole like pig itself, they'll like eat human corpses, like a whole body. Also, they eat anything and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, like if you put a pig in a shed somewhere with another pig, if it's out of food, they'll literally try to eat each other. They become literal carnivores and will eat each
Oh yeah,
other.
yeah, they do.
So
Let me see. When I was in Okeechobee, they let's see, a good old cowboy had a couple of wild boars in there, and a
yeah,
little baby pig woke up and tried to attack the male pig. I mean,
yeah,
they don't care what size and who in the way or what.
yeah.
You know, things are like monsters.
But yeah, man,
but
if you can find
uh,
that stock, let me know. Let me
yeah,
know.
it,
But because I wouldn't want to see any kind of restaurant company that's up big. But from what
yeah,
I
yeah. Well, man, like I said, I gotta go through my paperwork, but one of them like skyrocketed, and I wanted to call your show and ask you about it, and wanted to actually buy some shares, but like I said, I don't remember which one it was. Well, yeah, let me go through it and see which one. Then if I can find it in time, I hit you back.
all right, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, some of you guys might have been trading long enough to know there was an old pump called the grilled cheese truck. Do you guys remember that? The grilled cheese truck was a company, ticker symbol GRLD, and they basically had two trucks or three trucks in California, and they sold grilled cheese, and for like $3, $2. It was literally a food truck, and this company went and pumped their stock through various promoters, and over the course of I think 3 or 4 months, they were valued at about $100 million. And you can go back on the chart over time and see it for yourself. Um, you can go back over time and see it for yourself. It was sometime last year, yeah, about last year or so, and they had a $100 million valuation. This was a company with three trucks, and they had like 7 employees or something. It was a joke. AMDA, AMDA, AMDA. Hey James, give us a play for tomorrow. Obviously, I'm going to continue to watch GALE. I'm continuing to watch GALE. I'm going to continue to watch PTX. Stocks and Heels brought up ULTR. That's always on alert because they can drop off any kind of news. And basically, ever since um, July, that's a stock that you really can't keep too far from your eyes. So ULTR, because I mean, you can just see how many times that stock has ran over the last month. At 36 cents, it's a steal. I wish I could go back and get it at 29 though. I'd love to get it at 29 right now at ULTR. But at 36 cents, still very valuable. Um, what other plays do we have? IMNP. You think that's a good play? IMNP. IMNP is still a good play. I thought we kind of forgot about this stock after what it did. Because I remember it running. When was this? Yeah, okay. A couple of days ago, it ran really strong, but it didn't hold it. It didn't hold it. It kind of ran during the day and it didn't hold it, which is crazy because it gapped up in the open and then couldn't hold. Yeah, it went from 33 to 50. IMNP went from 33 to 50 in 2 days. So that's a stock that's ran. And it's in a channel too. It's in a very interesting channel where 33 is support and the high is about 50, 48.50. So if you create a channel over the last month and a half, like all of July, all of August so far, you can see the stock is in a channel and it's attempting to do something. If it can break out, we'll see. But IMNP looks like it's found its bottom finally and trying to do something. Bruce, yeah, I was saying NVFW, the furniture company. NVFW, the furniture company out of California. NVFW. Yeah, they're the furniture company out of California, Nova Lifestyle. And they sell furniture out of Walmart, Sam's Club. Uh, you know, decent stuff too. If you look at their products, I mean, decent stuff. You got legit operations. So, interesting play. Interesting play. And I'm trying to find Nova Lifestyle Sofa, a website or something where I can see some of their stuff and like what they're being sold for. But it's hard to Diamond Sofa. It's hard to find like a Diamond Sofa. Okay, yeah, if you go to their website, diamondsofa.com, you can see some of their other products and stuff like that they sell. And they've got some nice stuff, man. They've got some nice stuff. They've got some nice stuff. James, what was the news that moved IMNP? I wasn't sure what the news was either, especially what moved it over the last 3 days or so. Okay, I finally got the tweet back from EXAD. EXAD is the company, is a holding company that's now became the dry cleaner company. It's like I sent them a text, I mean the message on Twitter, and you know, I think EXAD could be a nice runner if they would change the damn ticker, because the ticker doesn't have anything to do with the business. And it's a cheap play. I mean, it's a double zero play, and I think there's an opportunity for it. It's very dangerous though, very dangerous. So if you don't know anything about really cheap stocks, Be careful. But if they change their name and then they start a promo, I'm really excited what EXAD could be once they change their name. But they bought the Metropolitan Cleaners, which is a large cleaning facility out in, I think, New Jersey, where they have like 17 stores, and it's an actual decent operation. Now, how they can leverage that into a nationwide business, obviously I don't care because I don't plan on holding the stock that long. But can you take that stock to a penny? That would be a beautiful return. In fact, I'm so curious. I want to know what that would be. Let's see if I get in at 0.00, let's say 25, and it goes to a penny. What is that? Yeah, that's a 300% return. That is a 300% return from 0025 to 1 penny is a 300% return. So yeah, that's the power of penny stocks. So that's one of those companies I'm going to keep watching. Some of my chart studies are locked on TOS. What do you mean by that, Mark? Michael 91, you're talking about GSV. GSV. Oh, that's a nice chart. Nice little spike up today in GSV. 30%. Yeah, I'm not going to follow you after that end of that. I would want to get in at a better price. I never buy high, man. I never get into a stock that's up huge. If I want to get into it, I'm looking for a discount. So I'd watch it tomorrow and see what happens. But I don't know anything about the company. I don't know why it's up so big. I don't know why it's been doing so well the last couple months. It was a slow gainer. I mean, that's a really slow gainer. But I mean, it took 3 months for it to go $1. You know, look at it. It took 3 months from March. Yeah, it took almost 3 months to go $1 from $1 from 80 cents to damn near. It almost took like 3 months. James Bond,
Hey,
what's good, man?
how you doing, man? So I sent you an email in regards to IMNP.
Okay.
Just check it out real quick. It's in your email bucket right now.
Okay. Okay.
And I believe earnings tomorrow too. I think.
Oh, for IMNP.
I believe so. It's kind of interesting because it's a massive insider buying, and I'm leading up to the earnings report. So something's up.
All right.
Take a look at it, man. I'll send you a link.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. So.
Let's look to it, man. It's very peculiar because this guy bought a massive amount of shares. A bunch of directors and people in the company bought up like 600,000 shares. One guy, I mean, the CEO, I believe, bought up 666,000 shares. Some other guys, 300,000 shares. And what's funny is just before earnings. I never heard of that.
Yeah, I do see those Form 4s. I do see that they were issued a buy rating by FBR and Co. I'm not sure who those are. I'm going to Google them right now. But they got a buy rating back in June. IMNP. So, I'll keep.
The inside action tells you a bigger story though, because leading up to earnings. Come on, man, that's crazy.
IMNP. Where is it at again? 40 cents. Okay.
It's at 40 cents. It's up 3 cents after hours.
Okay.
And it's been holding. Man, it went down negative for like a second and jumped back up and then stay there.
Okay.
But everything else was pretty much right across the board. It was hard to find shelter in anything today, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like an estimated date for earnings is August 15th.
Oh, I thought it was tomorrow.
It could be. I mean, this is just an estimated date by StockEarning.com has it on August 15th, but
I've been hearing tomorrow, but
yeah, it could drop tomorrow. It could drop. Like I said, that's just an estimate, but it could drop tomorrow and see what would happen. So I would definitely put it
Yeah.
on my watch list at 40 cents.
Something's
Not
up with
bad.
something's up with it, man. No joke. I mean, everybody's saying the same thing. Something's definitely up with that because, I mean, it's kind of unprecedented for people within the actual department to buy a day or two before earnings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially with such a large sum. I mean, there's something going on. No one's gonna put their money up front like that unless there's something underlying. They can't tell you what it is because obviously there's inside information violation, but something going on.
Yeah, well, it would have been really nice to get in the stock toward the end of last week. I mean, look what it
Exactly.
did the end of last week at 34 cents. So, do you think it's still a bargain here at 40 cents? Do you think
I
a
think it is.
possible?
I think it is because something's going on, man. I mean, in my experience with trading, man, something's definitely up. I've never seen that before. Like in action. I mean, that massive purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Leading up to earnings. I mean, unless you got to be damn sure. Things are good before you put that much. Invest that much into something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who does that?
Right. Yeah, I mean, the
But
stock definitely has a running history, man. I could see a lot of runs recently in June and in July.
Mm-hmm.
So
Something going on. I also regards PCRM, I think that drug is about to break out there because it's the first time in a while that it held at today's high and closed. I mean, and that's very interesting because, like I said previously, it would get a nice pop and then drop back down, and people take profits and then moved on. But it seems to be gaining new highs.
Okay.
So I mean, in 28 cents, it may not be a high in the bigger scheme of things, but on average, I mean,
Right.
Because typically you would be able to get it about a few weeks ago. You'd be able to get it like about 23, 24. It would be pretty much stay within that range. But it seems to be breaking out of that now. It's like it's going to something is pushing, some kind of catalyst is pushing it forward. And like I mentioned before about the whole lawsuit situation.
Yeah.
They went ahead and did an appeal, and because the judge already awarded them, as far as it already awarded them, but what happened? Sprint went ahead and appealed it. So I think that a verdict is coming up pretty soon. And I mentioned about that to you the other day about once all the dust settles, we're looking at a $3 stock.
Right.
When you consider that $30 million being injected back into the company, it's going to raise the market capitalization. I mean, it's obvious.
Right.
But what I want to talk about is that AMDA, man. I mean, something's up with that one. Something definitely up with that one too. I mean, there's a lot of chatter about it.
AMDA, yeah, AMDA. That's the medical equipment. Now, what exactly do they do? Let me find out here.
Yeah, look at that, man. But something's up with that, man. I think something going on. Some kind of deal is on the table or something.
AMDA, commercial biomaterial company, develops, sells medical devices. Okay.
Let me look at the PR, man. There's something up with that one as well. There's a lot of chatter on that one. Into my numbers here. But I'm saying something is definitely up with that.
It's 77 cents.
What's going on there, man? It's down 4%, almost 5%, but still, there's a lot of chatter on this. Let me see press release.
Okay, so they're basically a medical solutions company that's based around the idea of using silicone nitrate for implants and interbody fusion devices.
Like hip replacement, joint replacement.
Okay.
But they're one of the only ones, one of probably not even two companies in the United States doing it. And you remember when we spoke about, when you got a niche, company got a niche?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like zinc is a niche because they're the only one in the United States doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got to go to them, they're only game in town, basically.
Right.
So this company here, man, there's been had a lot of chatter about it, like some deals with some sort of deal or something going on. I gotta double check that, and probably tomorrow's show gonna expound upon that.
Okay.
But there's something definitely going on with it.
Yeah, it looks like we're at bottom here too. The 52-week low is 74 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just above the 52-week low. Mag.
Hang
Okay.
on.
So AMDA earnings is tomorrow.
I'm just going to check. It might be tomorrow. Maybe that's one. Maybe I confused the two. Maybe that's what it is.
Hold
It
on.
might be confusion of the both of them.
Let me see. AMDA. Oh yeah,
So
it
hang
is.
on.
It is saying it's tomorrow. After market
Yeah,
tomorrow.
and also I'm reading here also about this came out a couple months ago. It says Medica submits response to FDA for clearance of composite interbody spinal device. That was 2 months ago. So maybe they got some news on that. And who knows? Maybe they got FDA approval on that. Maybe you never know. That's 2 months ago.
Now they said 2 months ago what they were going to put out some.
Yeah, because I have looked at this. Let me go back and read this
Hold on,
again quick here.
I can find what that probably was here.
Yeah, it says Medica submits response to FDA for clearance of composite interbody spinal device. And that was in June 13th, 2016. I think they're up for FDA approval or something like that, maybe.
Oh yeah, I do see the article here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that might be maybe that's what's going on. Something's up, man. I've never been excited about these stocks like this, man. Something's up with these two, IMNP and this one here.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They submitted a response. I guess I don't know if they got anything back or not, or maybe they're waiting to get something back.
Or they may expound upon it during the release, as well as the conference.
Sure.
Conference call, earnings conference call.
Sure.
So all these things, like I said, all these things are hints. When you're dealing with stocks, you got to look at all the different hints because you don't have direct information about stuff. So you got to put the pieces together and form complete the puzzle.
Right.
But I think something's definitely going on with that, man. So people should keep their eyes on these two. And like I said, also look at that Prism. You got to watch that Prism, man. The Prism is Prism going to run, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
because once you get that,
Prism is definitely a nice one too. So
I think so.
So to wrap up, though, let me get down the stocks you talked about. I know we talked about PRZM, AMDA.
Yep, we spoke about SAEX about good months ago. I spoke about that one.
But which one? I think we talked about another one just now. What am I blanking on? IMNP.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. That one's very interesting because, like I said, to have insiders buying such a large quantity, man, leading up to earnings. I mean, if they thought it's going to be a negative earnings, they won't buy. Who's going to buy stock to know there's going to be a negative earnings and be down? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But then to have all three different members of the corporation buy such a large quantity at one time, I mean, we're talking about 666,000 shares from the CEO, another 300,000 from the next guy. I don't know if it's CFO, whatever it was, and another guy bought some. So that's just telling you right now something's up. Because I never heard of it.
Right.
I mean, if you own the company, would you buy well over half a million shares? If you had a feeling, if you knew that the company was going to be down, you're not going to do that. You got, if you go buy, you want to buy a low, and hold. But anyway, but like that PRZM, man, that one is, that one, like I said, I've been telling people for a long time. That one is like a dime. That's my go-to. You know what I'm saying? When I need to get my money right, as far as make some adjustments, I put some money in the PRZM because it always rewards. You always give it back. And it's been doing that for weeks. I mean, when you're dealing with a stock in the 20s and it goes for 5 cents, that's a nice little profit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're holding weight, holding quantity. So
it could drop something big, man. So we're definitely gonna be watching it.
If it drops, get in, man. I'm telling you, if it drops, let's say hypothetically drops 24. Get in, man, because it's going to be back up again. I mean, that's how it's been running for a while now.
Yeah.
You can pretty much such a watch to it.
Okay.
But anyway, man, that's all I got to say for now. I'll keep you abreast of that. What's going on with that AMDA, because something definitely after that one, man. I mean, I've been doing this stuff for a while. This trading for a while.
Yeah.
And once you do it for you get the 6 cents. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just want to make sure I put the pieces together now. I can bring to you guys and say
this is why this is coming down. So instead of just going off the top of my head and going off the gut feeling.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, boss.
All right. Thanks a lot, James.
Take care, bud.
All right, guys. James Bond. He's telling you guys these are the picks for tomorrow. Let me put them right now in the chat room. He is saying that these are the picks for tomorrow. PRZM, AMDA, IMNP. I like the classes we've been watching. PTX, GALE, you know. Um, what's that one Tracy Grant keeps pushing in here? Tracy Grant that will never allow this stock to die. RNVA, that's it. RNVA. So we'll keep watching that one. You know, I'm going to be still looking at IMUC. And is Carlos Reyes still in here? I see Carlos Reyes once in a while. But Carlos Reyes, this guy, like 2 months ago, no, about a month ago now, he talked about Cuba. Remember, he called up. It's either Travi or Carlos Reyes. I know it was one of my Latino listeners. Called up and asked about Cuba stocks. And he brought up the ticker QBAN. Now, QBAN, I didn't like it because they didn't have their paperwork together at the time. So, today, QBAN got pumped. And that pump did very, very well. QBAN did very, very well today. Now, obviously, when we had got in, we would have been screwed because it wouldn't have helped us because we would have got in at a much higher price based on the chart. Being that it was a month ago, we probably would have got in, at the 18, 19 level. Right? But QBAN got pumped today and did very, very well, man. It did very, very well. Strong volume and 62% gain. So we'll see what happens. They knocked it out the park with that pump. They knocked it out the park with that. So I don't know if Carlos Reyes, you still in that QBAN or not. But shout out to you if you are. Let me see here. FNCX. Another stock I want you guys to watch is FNCX. FNCX just recently broke out. It's 32-cent resistance level today. And it did it pretty strongly. And this is a stock that has a running history. All right, you can look back on the chart. And this stock does have a very strong running history. So FNCX. Again, as we talked about earlier, FNCX. As we talked about earlier, it's time for us to kind of start looking at some other plays. ULTR. ULTR is another one. ULTR. We can start looking at some new names to be talking about here on the show. Because as the stocks we've been following become more expensive and they kind of start slowing down, it's time to start talking about a new set of stocks that are going to be the new runners, because those stocks that we talked about eventually were going to come back down. And we'll look at those again because you got to understand these are cycles for a lot of these stocks. They run up, they come back down, run up, come back down, run up, come back down. So you'll notice, right, as you stay in the chat room, stocks kind of being recycled in and out as they come out of trends and go back into trends and whatnot. So that's what's the great thing about penny plays is you really start to identify and learn these companies and these charts and how they, these stocks play. So FNCX is one you guys should definitely be watching. Moving on. Starting investor. Yeah, I got some other companies that are trying to talk to me, about some things, but again, I don't push garbage stocks. I don't push stocks without any real operations. So that's been my thing right now. I'm just getting approached by a lot of people who want to sell shares, and I'm not about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about that. There are a lot of other promoters who will be more than happy to send out emails for companies like that, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, ULTR is one of those companies too. Dirt cheap, 36 cents. It's in a nice little funnel. You can get it really cheap. Yeah, let's talk about a couple more before I get up out of here. VPOR, Vapor Group. Okay, oh yeah, yeah. Shut it. Hey, who just dropped Vapor Group? Let me go back to. Hey, Michael 91. You get the Funk Master Flex. Shout out to Michael 91 for that, man. That's. I completely forgot about that stock. That would be a nice play if this announcement comes down tomorrow. Let me drop it one more time for the dude, man. Shout out to him for Vapor Group, man. I completely forgot about Vapor Group. I completely forgot about Vapor Group. That's another marijuana play. That's another marijuana play. That's definitely seen better times, but at the end of the day, that stock has a history of running. It's definitely seen better times, but that stock has a history of running. Vapor Group will definitely be a stock to look into because they're electronic cigarettes. Again, if you can start using weed in those things, they're not bad. And again, their website, they've got the main website, but the website where they sell their products under is totalvapor.com. Totalvapor.com. And you can buy those little vapes and you put your tobacco in and whatever and you smoke it and shit. So yeah, that would be a big win for Vapor. Big win. Mr. Lloyd, what's going on?
Man, I heard you say you getting ready to get off, and I didn't have enough time to do all my homework to look at some tickers. So I'm kind of leaving empty-handed tonight. I did go back and look at that ARTH.
Yeah.
I think today it looks like it was just consolidating from the big gains it had the other day. I mean, just a sideways action, but I think it's still gonna. I still think it's gonna make a step up tomorrow. So King Musa, I know I gave you high hopes about that, but I still think, according to the it still has the golden cross. You know, the moving the two moving averages crossed over, so it's still up.
And it's still near, a good breakout price level too. I mean, it has to break 73, and it's still close. I mean, it can really do it. It can do it if it's got if some good volume drops, it can definitely do it.
Right. And that's something I wanted to ask you for some experience, guys, because I sent you an email about the NEOT, and I ended up buying into that at 106. It's down to $1.01, and earnings is tomorrow. I really hate holding into earnings, man, but you know what? I'm doing this for experience, and the experience that I'm trying to get out of this is that earnings is actually in the morning. Mm-hmm. So my question to you is that if they're disclosing earnings prior to the bell, isn't that really considered a good thing then after the bell?
Yes. Typically, companies that release earnings before the bell, it's typically because they have got great news to present. That is true, and they're expecting, of course, increased volume, increased, excitement over the good news. That's why a lot of companies do that. Now, some companies just traditionally have done before the bell. So I would see maybe have they done it before, before the bell?
Okay.
Now I'm looking at what they did last quarter. It was a
They were the loss.
loss, but that was why the stock dropped like it did, though, right? I'm guessing. Hold on
Right,
here.
right.
No, that was back in December. That big drop was in December because I noticed that big drop. And but which is really interesting because what it did in March, although it failed earnings in March, it ran after that. If you look at what it did in March, it ran after that. Um, so
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
yeah, it's good to go back and look at what the stock did on other earnings, days, whether or not, hey, after earnings, did it run afterwards? And I'm seeing here on NEOT, the stock did run after earnings, even though earnings was horrible. So I wouldn't be I wouldn't be too afraid. It seems like you've got it at a good price, 101, which I see here it's
106.
106.
I'm
Okay.
I'm 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 at a loss. I mean, it was actually I started at 114, but I got in at an entry price of 106, and I don't know. I think I got into it because the chart looked good, but
Uh-huh.
then the earnings statement came up, and so now just for shits and giggles, I wanted to see what would happen, prior to the bill. I mean, having earnings prior to instead of afterwards, if it makes a difference
Yeah.
in the stock. So all the things that I'm doing. I mean, it could be costly mistakes I'm doing, but I feel like I need the experience just
Yeah.
to understand. I mean, you can preach this shit 1,000 times to me. Don't do it, Lloyd. But you have to experience this for yourself to really understand what's going on. And I haven't really lost any significant large amount of money. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I probably lost about $800.
Mhm.
But it's it's all been things that I've learned, and I'm progressing slowly. So tomorrow I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen. I mean, there's not a lot of volume in the stock, but
Mhm.
I'm hoping with the earnings coming through that people have I'll probably try to pump the stock up, and I can probably get out of it tomorrow because I've been sitting in for probably about a couple of weeks now. So
Okay. But yeah, I mean, just to
um,
give you, hope, Lloyd, because when I look again back on what it's done in previous earnings days, let's say this last day, May 12th, it was trading at 95 cents, opened up at 95, and 4 days later, well, actually 6 days later, you were at $1.40. So, I mean, it does run after earnings. Now, what I've noticed is that it's typically a couple days after that it slowly builds up some kind of momentum and eventually drops back down. But
right.
we'll see what it does on earnings day. Hopefully, maybe this is a new thing that they've got some really explosive news to drop. And if that happens, and I want to thank you for bringing this to our attention. So at $1.01 here with earnings tomorrow after a big huge drop and morning earnings at that, that's really interesting. That's really interesting.
Okay, well, we'll see. Man, I mean, I'm not too excited because there's not a lot of volume in the stock.
Yeah, I see that.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is just something for you new guys out there to to look out for in the future. To kind of compare. Okay, when earnings come out in the morning, is going to be good news, or in the afternoon. I mean, so you bring up a good point. What is the past behavior? So we'll see, man, and I'm looking forward to getting my food stamp money back.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right, man. Well, have a good night. Hey, wait. We're gonna be on tomorrow. Or what, man? I can't remember the days now. You said
Yeah, I'm
Wednesdays
no,
and
no. I'm gonna put out new times. I just have to come up with something that's gonna work with for most people. But tomorrow I'm gonna be on because tomorrow is gonna be Friday show. I got something coming up on
right.
Friday, so tomorrow is gonna be Friday show. We'll of course talk about stocks and everything else. But I'll do a show tomorrow, and that'll be the last of the week. And then I'm gonna put out a video this weekend about what the new times will be.
Now, how would you feel if I moderated a penny chat room from that app, and once you get up and going, then you can take it over. But
I mean,
before the
I would love it, Lloyd, if you moderated a show. I mean, do you think you could do a show? Because I mean, I'm more than happy.
man.
You know.
Man, I mean, I can talk my ass off, but I need to get my skill level up a little bit more to be able to hold a conversation because I don't want to be leading the cattle to the poison river.
Right, yeah. I hear you, but no, I'm right now. I'm aiming towards Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays and Fridays,
Okay.
I think, are the best because you get that middle of the week action. You get Friday where you kind of do a wrap up and anything else
Right.
that's been going on. But I'm aiming
Right.
towards Wednesdays and Fridays. So I think those are the best days to do, shows.
And I tell you what, I mean, if you're okay with it, man, I mean, I got the app on my phone and I can start it up. If you guys want to, kind of chat through the weekend because Sal's taking too long to get on the show, you guys want to talk about something, man, we can just, text it out and I mean, I'm down with that, man. So maybe we can talk about it tomorrow. I can set up a server and if it works out well, man, we can run with it. And whenever you're ready to get on, you can just take it over.
All right, yeah, that's no problem with that. I mean, if people want to do that, that's fine. My only thing is that I know people like video. You know what I'm saying? That's why they love this chat room is that you get to see somebody and you get to call up and you get to kind of do that. So I know there's some people who will still be down with the chat room thing, though. I'm sure they are.
No. I'm just talking about a continuation of conversation afterwards, where some people may not feel comfortable, giving out their phone number or something. They want to talk about something that we can't wait till Wednesday on, and you can just pop in anytime you want. Just you out having dinner with your family or something. Oh shit, let me go check on this Givo. Went back up again. I mean, you don't have to wait till Wednesday to find out. So it's a good thing, man. I just like to have continual conversation, and it also builds, it builds the family closer. You know what I'm saying? It brings us closer together if we can continuously talk.
Okay.
So Discord, yeah. So I have Discord. Okay. All right. So if you can put that out there, Discord. If you guys want to download it, I'll make up a room up and we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll give you guys the link and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you, Lloyd.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night, man.
All right.
Don't let the roaches bite.
I won't.
All right. Bye.
Thanks. So shout out to Lloyd. Ticker NBFT, Nabu Fit Global. They're going to be splitting here soon, and they're hiring or they're talking to different promoters. They're talking to different promoters. Now this is a company that is very interesting because they're trying to paint them. Okay, hold on. What's going on, James? What's up?
Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Got phone with Lloyd. I was going to bring some people's attention about pharmaceuticals, man. Typically people always talk about earnings and stuff like that.
Okay.
Company has earnings, positive earnings, negative earnings. A lot of you got to bear in mind a lot of these pharmaceuticals and biotech companies don't produce anything. They're like more like in development things.
Mm-hmm.
So they really don't have earnings. They don't have money coming in like that. Matter of fact, they're going through a lot of cash burn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to develop their drugs. So I don't particularly, for one, unless it's a company that's established like a Roche or either like a how you call it, Eli Lilly or what's that, Pfizer. I don't take really much. I don't really go too deep into earnings because, like I said, these companies are development stage.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have cash. They have to do like offerings and they have to do reverse splits and stuff to come up enough money in order to go forward. They're more or less a moving concern, a forward concern, or whatever like that.
So you're saying you'd rather not hold into earnings? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not saying I'm not rather, but I don't put that much stock into it because these companies they're primarily cash burn companies because unless you're a company that has FDA approved drugs that's out in the market or something that's generating revenues, earnings is not going to really be that important because of the fact that they're going to be burning more money than they're making.
But but that's why that's why it's kind of funny you're saying that because we just got off the phone and we were talking about AMDA and the fact that they got earnings tomorrow. Isn't that a big?
Well, that's true. I mean, that's a catalyst. That's a catalyst because there's a lot of people out there who still go by the by the earnings. They still go by earnings. You know, how much money how much, because the earnings in a situation with a development stage company is more like, you know, how much money they save versus how much money they spend. You know, because like a lot of them they're not generating any revenue because they're developing drugs. They're making, you know, mechanical devices.
Mm-hmm.
So when they say earnings, it means more or less for them. Earnings be more or less how much money they save, they cut costs, you know, to keep themselves afloat.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of these pharmaceutical companies, like I said, they're hanging on by a string. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, they are. Most of them, you know, they have very limited money and budget to develop the drugs. That's why a lot of them are getting bought out by other companies. You know, I mean, a lot of the big companies just been swooping them up because a lot of them are struggling just to finish phase 3, you know, or the NDA or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as these development stage pharmaceuticals, like I said, you know, earnings is important because the general consensus, you know, they live by that. A lot of investors live by that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're dealing with it, when you invest in a company that's in development stage that don't have any feasible income, you know, we know that basically they're going to be a cash burn situation. They're going to be losing money,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And the ones that save money are the ones that, like I said, they do their stock offerings. You know, they find other means of, you know, as far as funding. And a lot of times what happens if they manage to save a percentage, then they look positive. Because I told a buddy of mine the other day, I said, you know, positive earnings could come in many forms. Like for example, if the company was down 10% last quarter, and this quarter it's down 8%. That's a difference of 2%.
Mm-hmm.
2% points. So it's a positive earnings, you know, because they're burning less cash, they're burning less money, you know, in developing these drugs. But like I said before, that's how Wall Street is. You know, they want to see earnings, regardless of whether you're development stage, whether you're in production. They want to see those numbers. So,
Okay.
I mean, so I'm saying, like a lot of people, you know, who see companies as, you know, pharmaceutical companies and have a real good, really good drug candidate. You know, don't be discouraged. You know, if it has a negative earnings, whatever, don't be discouraged because, like I said, a lot of them, you know, most of these pharmaceutical companies, they burn cash, more cash than they make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless they have FDA approved drugs out there and they're making money from from the residuals of those. So, anyway, just had to put that out there.
Appreciate it. Thank you, James.
All right, man. Later.
All right. So James is saying, don't put too much stock into earnings. Don't put too much stock into earnings. Which, I mean, that's his point of view. But I've always believed that earnings can change the view of a company. You know, look what we did with, you know, BGI. You know, that stock is it's a $3 stock, $2 whatever it is stock because of earnings. Because earnings came out and people saw it was a different company. So, you know, everybody's got a different view on it. Everybody's got a different view on it. But shout out to him, that's his opinion. But I think earnings are very important. Are very important. Jerry, no, I'm going to stream on Wednesdays and Fridays. I will stream on Wednesdays and Fridays. Someone told me about how are we going to know about the Discord app. When Lloyd sets it up, we'll know. When Lloyd sets it up. When Lloyd sets it up. When Lloyd sets it up, we'll know about the Discord app. When Lloyd sets it up. And then we'll just go ahead and post it in here, and everybody can take it and you know, if somebody wants to talk stocks whenever the show's not on, that'll be the room to go and do that in. That'll be the room to go do that in. But there's a promo that's being talked about right now, and it's about this Nabu Fit Global, which they're trying to make as the new like Under Armour. It's been floating around promoter circles, and this is one of those companies that it's got a legit thing. They just need to get the word out. So it's one of those things where they're putting in real money and they're burning through some cash right now, but they've got a couple millionaires involved in here, a couple hundred millionaires involved in the situation. The company's called Nabu Fit Global. They eventually will go through a promoter group. It'll be one of the big name guys. All right, it'll be one of the big name guys. And the ticker is NBFT. They've already signed. In fact, he's a co-owner of one of the biggest soccer players in the world. His name is Neymar Jr. He's the not I don't know if he's a team captain, but I know he's one of the biggest soccer players in the world. For those of you guys who know about soccer, I'm sure you know who that is. You can go to the website nabufit.com. Let me see here. I'm going back again. One moment. Yeah, that's nabufit, nabufit.com. So you can go on the website. They've got an app where you can like work out with certain like athletes and stuff like that. That's going to be coming out. Uh, they're going to be a way where you can be one of the people that other people can work out with, supposedly. So they got the app rolling out. So you can just go on the website. You can see this is going to be a real big deal. Um, so again, he's on the guy Neymar Jr. I guess he's the lead guy, and he's on the Brazil soccer team, which by the way just crushed another team in the Olympics today, 3-0. I think they're still playing, but they're up 3-0 right now. But Neymar Jr. is the lead, so just pay attention to that. I think they will split the stock. I don't think it's going to start out at 250. I'm not sure if it's going to start out at 250, but I can't be assured on that. But as you can see, if you can look at the recent news, they just getting going. They're just getting going. They just appointed a CEO. They just signed their global ambassador. They just signed a venture deal. So I mean, they're getting going here. They're getting going. So just watch out for this company, guys, because they trying to be the next like Nike almost, Nabu Fit. So you guys know I always want to give you guys the insight of what can be going on. So that's a stock that again, just barely any volume. Is nobody's talking about it because right now they're just still getting going. And you can look at all the news. Basically, most of the news is recent. You got some old news out there too, but most of it is recent in terms of the new hiring, the new ventures, things like that. So look out for Nabu Fit. It's got some real big money behind it. Real big money. Yeah, yeah, NBFT. 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 Nabu Fit. It'll be nabufit.com. Nabufit.com. Check out the website. You can definitely tell that they put some effort into it too. And I don't know if the app is out yet. I don't know if the app is out. I don't know if the app is out yet. In fact, let me check it out if the app is out already. Hold on. When we go to the Play Store. Let's see, Nabu app. What is that? I don't think that Nabu app. Is that the Nabu app? No, I don't think that's the Nabu app. So I don't think the app is out yet. Oh shit, it is out yet. It is out. Okay. The app is out. The app is out. Oh shit. So the app is out. Yeah, you see how fresh this company is though. It's only got 1,000 downloads here on Android. It's only got 1,000 downloads on Android. So you can download the app and you can do workouts. I'm seeing here you can cardio, jumping jacks, crunches. That's what's up, man. So watch out for Nabu Fit, man. But I know they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna go into attire. And the clothes are not. I think this is more or less a training thing. My thing is, I want to wonder how they're gonna make their money. The app is free. The app looks free. That's what I'm curious. I'm like, what are they? Are they trying? What are they selling? I'm not sure how they gonna make their money up yet. But the Nabu Fit app is available. It's got 4 stars too, so it's obviously pretty good. Uh, health and fitness. But what I'm trying to figure out what's their like how are they gonna make money off this thing? Online fitness portal and mobile app with the option of connecting to existing, future, and monitoring devices. Okay, so it's gonna be like a monitoring device, and you can sign in and do that kind of stuff. The solution will serve as an online portal and app where health and well-being are the focal points. All right, that's what's up. It will be a platform with an option for personal data collection, coaching, and teaching through mentor services. Okay, so it's actually an older company. It's saying it was 1983. I don't think so. I think maybe they just bought an old corporation and rolled themselves in. All right, so that's what's up, guys. Yeah, Nabu Fit. Yeah, they're on some sites looking for a promoter, and their budget was like in a couple millions. I was like, yeah, I wish. So shout out to them, Nabu Fit. What's going on, Travi? Crypto Sign. Okay, yeah, they used to be Crypto Sign. Okay, and then Nabuvit just bought them and just renamed. Okay, I figured they did something like that. Yeah, but companies like this they get set up not to become like the next, Reebok or anything. They're looking to get bought out. They're looking to get popular enough where another company will come in and say, you know what, I like your technology, I love your fan base, I think it'll work for us, I'm going to buy you out. That's what they're trying to do. Because there are already a couple monitoring devices out there, but I don't think there's a publicly traded company out there that has a monitoring service. And I do think it's free right now. I do think it's free right now. Because I don't see any credit card or anything like that right now. But eventually, they said there are going to be some devices they're going to be rolling out. Okay, yeah, it says it right there. All content will be free in the introduction period. The NabuFit community. Join in and make your opinion count. This initial version only shows a glimpse of what NabuFit plan to offer. More is soon to come as continuously evolution of new sports and well-being areas are developed, as well as new functionalities. Choose between cardio, strength, senior fitness, kettlebell, plate, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, nice stuff. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. It's called the NabuFit app. Ticker symbol NBFT. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Definitely check it out. I'll put it on your watch list. Just put it on your watch list just in case. Because those are stocks that when they get out, they run hard and they run fast. I don't know, think they're going to start at 250, but I'm not sure. Ken, who's Ken? Oh, Looks like the DEA rejected the reschedule, did they? Let me see. God damn, an hour on the show. Look at that. They came out at 9:30. That was weird. The Obama administration. That's why I can't stand that bitch ass nigga, man. God, that nigga ain't done shit for black people, man. That. Uh. Okay. I'm about to go in on Obama. I gotta save this for Friday. I gotta save it for Friday. I gotta save it for Friday, guys. So, this nigga ain't done a damn thing for black people. And the one drug, marijuana, that black people can start using some land to make some money on, that anybody can grow and participate in and get some of us out of poverty. Of course, this nigga, does not help us, uh, you know, but he never has since he got into office. Anyway, yeah, this bitch nigga Obama ain't done a goddamn thing for black people. I can't wait till his black ass get the hell up out of here. Get your ass up out of here, man. You ain't did a damn thing for black people. But let me not offend people. Let me not offend people. I know we got some Obama supporters in here. I know we got some Obama supporters in here. But I cannot stand Barack Obama. I cannot stand that man. I cannot stand that man. Anyway, let me save that for Friday. I'm gonna save that for Friday, but I'm gonna go in on his ass. When he around black people, that's when he want to start talking black, saying stuff like y'all and all that stuff. When he around them, anyway. Mm, that's the fakest nigga if I ever met one. Yeah, JTCMF keeps running, man. And JTCMF, Travi, JTCMF, it got halted for a minute. And it still continues to run. Now, you got to remember, JTCMF is nowhere what it used to be. You guys remember when we looked at the stock, it was at like 75 cents, 80 cents, a dollar. You guys remember that? We were looking at some brokers. They were saying it's already a dollar. So it got halted. It got halted, and then it went down to like 8 cents. And now it went back up today. It was halted for a couple days. It got halted for a couple days. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Hillary because I've been doing some research on Hillary Clinton. And let me tell you something. If you talk bad about that hoe, you're going to end up in a ditch somewhere with a bullet hole in your head. Play with her if you want to. Hillary is gangster. You hear me? Play with Hillary Clinton if you want to. That hoe is gangster. Hillary Clinton will body your ass, man. I'm not touching Hillary. I won't say a bad thing about Hillary. I love you. I support you. If you need me to register some voters, I'm down. You hear me? I'm not talking bad about Hillary at all. I'm not talking bad about Hillary at all. Have you guys been seeing that information? Have you look at that information about that this 27-year-old DNC guy that they said was the guy who leaked out those DNC leaks. He was just found dead, man. Look it up. Look it up, man. DNC Clerk. I think he was like a clerk or something. Found dead. Let me see. Found dead. Let me see. DNC aide. Yeah, Sean Lucas. Look up Sean Lucas. Hold on. Who was that? Yeah, Sean Lucas was found dead, man. Sean Lucas was found dead. He had a bullet in his back. Nobody knows what happened to the guy. Hold on. Who else? And then, yes, Democratic. Yeah, I think the guy I'm talking about, not only is Sean Lucas. Hold on. Sir, the Westman Sean in a fraud action. He ended up getting found dead. And then this other kid, Seth Conrad Rich, Democratic staffer who was murdered in Washington on July 8th. Okay, this guy, he got shot in the back. Let me post a link for you guys, man. Because I'm about to get the hell up out of here before I run my mouth too much. And I don't have nothing to say Friday. But that's the link there. Lloyd just posted up the Discord. So if you guys want to get on Discord and talk after the show with Lloyd and everybody else, that's it. Yeah, I'm not messing with Hillary. I'm not messing with Hillary. That guy was found dead. I just posted it in the chat room. If you mess with Hillary, you die. You feel me? If you mess with Hillary, you die. Yes, I'm going to have a show on Friday. I've been texting my girl back and forth, so she's cool with me putting on a show on Friday. Uh, I'm gonna be at her place, so I'm hoping her internet is good. So I'm gonna bring my laptop over there. I won't have no green screen or anything, but we're gonna do a show and we're gonna have fun. But yeah, y'all better find these bodies. Look at the bodies that are connected to the Clintons, man. Don't mess with the Clintons, man. Don't mess with them. Hillary Clinton got something to say to me? Salute, nigga. Reporting for duty, Hillary. Can I help you? Shit. Nigga, you crazy, man. Shit. All right, y'all, but let me get up out of here. I'm looking forward to Friday's show. See you guys then. Great stuff. We talked about a lot of good stocks today. Let me put them all basically in the chat room. You guys can do what you want with them. A lot of good stocks we talked about today in the chat room. Check them all out. We talked about a lot of other plays too. ARTH, of course. RNVA. Did we do that RNVA one? RNVA, we talked about that. Good night, Stocks and Heels. Good night, everyone. Hold on. Treasure Hunter, what's good? Last call of the night. What's good, Treasure Hunter?
Hey, Sal, man, you got me cracking the hell up about that that body count bullshit.
Hell yeah, man. Look, man, do your research, man. Do the research. Yeah. People who mess with the Clintons end up dead, man.
Well, I was gonna say that's why Obama didn't vote for didn't approve the marijuana because of that you know what I'm saying, she didn't approve for it. You know, he should sit back being a puppet boy.
Nah,
you know?
man,
yes,
Obama.
Yes, ma'am. I don't want to get knocked off.
Nah, Obama's just a weak black man. That's all that is, man. Obama's just a weak ass black man. That's all he is.
Yeah.
So,
what, now you say he do nothing about do nothing for black folks. Now what about them damn raggedy ass Obama phones? What do you think about that?
Look, I think Obama phones have, you know, have a part to play. You know, you got some people out here, man, who's still taking the bus in 2016, bro. So, you know, let's keep it 100, man. You know, you got people out here who can't afford cell phones either. And
Yeah.
you know, if they want to still be able to have access to potential jobs, you want to have the access to family, friends, the people who care about them.
There it is.
But more importantly, access to emergency services. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was really the going thing about this whole, you know, the whole Obama phone thing. So I think where people were really excited when it came out, but once they saw the cheap ass phones, you know what I'm saying? That
Bootleg.
yeah, it was
Bootleg
cheap
shit.
ass phones. Then people stopped talking about it.
You
But
ain't
a lot
lying,
of
dog.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
using that shit make you hop on your feet quick.
right. But the thing about it is that a lot of people don't realize that Obama plan. If you go to T-Mobile, because I remember when I was working at T-Mobile, this was 2011, 12. So the Obama phones had been out for about a year or so. You can get an Obama phone plan on your phone right now. So it's called
You get
like
it?
yeah, it's called like Lifeline or something like that, and you can get a Lifeline account through T-Mobile. I think they still offer Lifeline service, and it's like $25 a month or something like that. And I mean, they don't put it out there,
Yeah.
but you can get Lifeline Obama service on your phone that you got now. You just got to be able to, you know, go where to find it. But they'll give you a SIM card and, you know,
Damn.
your monthly minutes and all that kind of crap. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, there it is. I guess Obama do give something to the
yeah,
public. Them regular ass phones and
yeah,
government cheese,
yeah,
potted cheese and eggs and stuff like
yeah.
that. I guess I
Hell
don't know.
yeah, yeah,
Let's ask Floyd. Let's ask Floyd.
man.
Yeah. But I know, man. Just had a bush with you about that. You got me cracking up.
All right, man. Get up out of here, man.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Good night.
Good night, man. Hey, this is for
Yeah.
this is for
Get
Treasure
out of here,
Hunter.
you damn nigga!
That's for Treasure Hunter. Get up out of here, man. Get up out of here, man. It's late night, guys. It's late night. I'm just playing with Treasure Hunter. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Friday. Friday show. So see you guys Friday. Catch up on what happened tomorrow. Hopefully PTX. Please. Can we have a good run tomorrow? PTX or GALE or somebody that we've been watching. God damn. I need to make some money. Shit. Got a nigga. What's the word in emaciated? That's how I'm feeling right now. I need some profits, nigga. Shit. You know what I'm saying? NAK. Hold on, man. One more ticket. Hold on, one more ticket. Let me see. NAK. What's NAK? NAK. Okay, that's been going up, but I need a spike, man. I don't need 3 cents. I need like 15, 16 cents, man. I need 15, 16 cents on like $5,000. That's what I need, man. On like 5 grand worth of shares. That's what I need. 3 cent, 2 cent, man, ain't gonna cut it. I mean, that's an okay day, but all right, guys. Take care. See you later tonight, or not tonight. Friday night. Demario, Barry Parker, Astro, Jerry Williams, Stocks and Heels as always. Baby needs some diapers. James Bond, Spartan Financial, 00 Random Pen as always. Mag, thank you for being here. Mr. Lloyd, King Musa, Travi, everybody in the chat room and those watching. Richie Rich, David K, Michael 91, Cisco, Eric White, everybody in the chat room. Take care, guys. I'll see you Friday night. Deuces.